Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Tennessee Volunteers continue the hot streak, not only on the field, but in the recruiting trail too, landing one of the best throwers of the football at that quarterback position in the 2024 class in Jake Merklinger. This is a really fun player to take a look at. We're going to get a little bit into it, but a three-sport athlete, you see a lot of these top quarterbacks have the private throwing coaches, have those individual quarterback coaches that they work with. Jake Merklinger, also a star lacrosse player, a star basketball player, hasn't even really committed that much time to being a developed quarterback, but still a top 100 dude, one of the best quarterbacks in this 2024 class. Extremely excited to talk a little bit about Jake Merklinger, how this Tennessee roster and program, what direction they're going, because you look around the SEC and you're looking for teams to kind of break through other than Alabama and Georgia. It's really hard not to give a long look at the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support you guys have shown. Talking the recruiting trail, starting to preview some of these spring games, heading into summer workouts and fall camp. It's been a blast talking football with you guys in the comments section. So, again, if you guys do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. That helps the fellas out a lot, and we appreciate all the support you guys have shown. Now, let's talk a little Jake Merklinger and just talk about where this Tennessee program is going. We talked about it. Three-sport athlete, really hasn't spent that much time. I was listening to a podcast where he was down doing 7-on-7 tournament. And then the night before, he was playing a lacrosse game. And then he's got a travel basketball game that week. This guy has a phenomenal athleticism, but hasn't even committed that much time to becoming a phenomenal quarterback. And it just excites you so much that he's going to one of the best offensive-minded head coaches in the country to develop as a quarterback. Very exciting. This guy seems to be the limit. Again, when it gets to why come to Tennessee if you're a quarterback or wide receiver, the sales pitch ain't that hard. You go in, you watch that Tennessee offense. It's electric. It's perfectly schemed up. I mean, I got a noodle for an arm. I think I could go out there and sling the rock around the yard a little bit, put up some numbers. That's how good Josh Heupel runs this offense. It's extremely impressive. That's not to necessarily knock Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyde, or Cedric Tillman. Those guys were all studs, 100%. But Josh Heupel does a phenomenal job putting his guys in spots where they can be successful. The sales pitch for these offensive weapons to come to Knoxville, Tennessee, it ain't that hard. Now, let's take a look at what Jake Merklinger brings on the field. There's two things that when you watch this film, when you watch his highlights, there's two things that really excite you. One, he throws a phenomenal deep ball, and you watch that Josh Heupel offense. They want to stretch the field. They want to work the football down vertically. Puts a ball right on the money. He has a very live arm, can stretch the field extremely well. The next thing that really is impressive, especially for a young quarterback, is the pocket presence. You see right here, just steps up into the pocket. Obviously, phenomenal deep ball right on the money, hits the guy in stride. But the pocket presence for a kid who's a junior in high school is next level. And that was something that Hendon Hooker and a lot of GMs in the NFL are extremely impressed with Hooker. Does not look to just move out of the pocket. He has really good presence. Throws it right into contact, hangs in there. That's rare for a lot of quarterbacks, especially at that age. Throws on the move well too. He's just such an exciting player who, again, it seems like he hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can be. Now let's take a look at the 2024 class in general, see how we're cooking. It's a top 6 class. Jake Merklinger, now the best player in the class. Top, again, 55 nationally, the 6th best quarterback at the position, according to 24/7 Sports. It's just such a changing of the tune. I mean, for so many years, Jared G, JT Shroud, there's you were rocking with some not so good quarterback play, and now look at the last couple of years. Hendon Hooker, Joe Milton, potentially Big Nico, and now you add another top quarterback from the 2024 class. This quarterback play over the last couple of years has significantly changed, and it's just. I mean, for Tennessee fans, you have to be absolutely thrilled with the talent you're able to attract. Now, another thing I kind of want to talk about that is sneaky, a really interesting story. And we talk about this a lot, and it's something that's a little bit overrated, is you look at who is his primary recruiter. Joey Halsley. I want to say his name right. Joey Halsley is doing a phenomenal job with this Tennessee program. I mean, quarterbacks coach for Tennessee. Primary recruiter on Nico, primary recruiter on Jake Merklinger, Jonathan Echols. Those are some of the best recruits Tennessee has brought in. Also was working on Taven Jackson, who's I know transferred to Indiana, but he's done a phenomenal job attracting some of the best quarterbacks in the high school ranks to come to Knoxville. You put that with Josh Heupel in that offensive scheme. It doesn't seem like the Tennessee train is stopping anytime soon. And again, you look at this 2024 class, you have your quarterback now. And I think that makes it a lot easier to start attracting some of those other playmakers around him. And I think Nico also goes a long way because, Nico's probably going to be starting at some point. Jake Merklinger probably going to get his burn too, but it's really easy to say. Like, take a look at a guy like Ryan Wingo, who's been crystal ball to Tennessee, the second best wide receiver in the class, top 10 dude nationally. Hey, you want to go put up numbers. You want to potentially be in the Heisman Trophy race. You want to be a first-round draft pick. Not only come play in Josh Heupel's offense, which is it's just so pretty to watch, but you're going to have some legit studs throwing you the football. And that's the biggest thing some of these wide receivers look for is they don't want to go play. And they used to look at, I'm a Michigan fan. They don't want to go play for a team that runs 2 tight end sets and runs the football like 65% of the plays and has kind of maybe subpar quarterback play sometimes. They want to go play for the teams that air it out, that give them a chance to put up numbers. And I think a team like Tennessee has proven that they're able to do that. You have a guy like Jonathan Eccles, who's I wish he'd play edge, but I apparently really wants to play tight end. He's going to be a baller wherever he plays. Again, J.J. Harrell coming in. Ryan Wingo. I mean, this seems like a great offense for you. I know Tennessee fans are looking for that too, but Joey Halzle has done a phenomenal job. Does it once again with Jake Merklinger. I think this is a massive get for Tennessee, and especially in just a really weak 2024 class. Like we can pull it up real quick, talk about it. You look at that class in 2023. I mean, 5 guys were in the top 13. You look at this, according to 24/7's top 24/7 sports ranking, you got 2 5-stars, and you got some guys that are pretty solid, but in comparison to that 2023 class, there weren't a lot of bona fide studs, and you look at it, a lot of those guys were already locked up, right? DJ Lagway to Florida, CJ Carr to Notre Dame, obviously Julian Sayin to Alabama. Not a lot of guys left on the board. Aaron Noland, really the only major commit or Elijah Brown as well. Jaden Davis seems like he's going maize and blue here, but it really seems like that was one of the last of the premier throwers of the football in that 2024 class. Jake Merklinger, sky's the limit for this cat. He can absolutely sling it. Very excited for Tennessee on this one. Again, if you guys do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I wanted to hop on and talk it. This was, in my mind, a bigger commitment than a lot of people are thinking, especially with how slim pickings this 2024 class was. They got a quarterback with a lot of upside, and I wouldn't even be surprised if you see Jake Merklinger kind of push for that 5-star status as he goes into his senior year, because, again, seemingly just so much untapped potential with this cat. Appreciate you guys checking us out. Subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the content, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.